Start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the regular prayer that every Muslim do 17 times a day, which is Surah Al-Fatiha, reciting Surah Al-Fatiha. I'm going to recite in Arabic and translate inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator, the sustainer of this world, the Lord of Abraham, the Lord of Moses, the Lord of Jesus, the Lord of Muhammad, may all peace be upon them, the compassionate, the merciful. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. All praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord of the universe. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, the compassionate, the merciful. Maliki Yawmiddin, you are the owner of the day of judgment. إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. You alone we worship and you alone we seek help from. اهْدِنَا الصِّرَاطَ الْمُسْتَقِيمِ. Oh Allah, guide us to the straight path. صِرَاطَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ غَيْرِ الْمَغْضُوبِ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا the path of those whom you have bestowed your favor upon them, or of the path who gone astray, and not of the path of those who have earned your anger. As we came here to pray, we remind ourselves about the verses of the Quran that calls us, that commands every single one of us, every single Muslim, to stand up with justice regardless where it goes. Allah says about this ayah, يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين لله شهداء بالقسط ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم على ألا تعدلوا اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى. Allah says, oh who you believe, addressing to every believer, is an obligation upon us to stand up for justice. Allah says, وَلَا يَجْرِمَنَّكُمْ شَنَآنِ. Do not let disagreement or hatred that you may have for certain people to turn you away from being just. Allah says, اعْدِلُوا هُوَ أَقْرَبُ لِلتَّقْوَى. Be fair always. That's the closest thing to taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Similar ayah, Allah says similar thing even against your soul. Allah tells you stand up always for being just. And my brothers in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says about the equality in the Quran, يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسُ إِنَّا خَلَقْنَاكُم مِّن ذَكَرٍ وَأُنثَى. O mankind, we have created you from a dhakar, from male and female. وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لِتَعَارَفُوا. We have made you different nations and different tribes so that you may know each other. The purpose, we are different, we look different, is only that so we can differentiate ourselves and we know who is who. Allah says, إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. The noblest person among you, the best one amongst you, is the one who has more taqwa of Allah, the one who does great jobs when it comes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And finally, my brothers and sisters in Islam, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and I thank for those who invited us. And we should thank the people who allowed us also to be here today. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, مَنْ لَا يَشْكُرِ النَّاسِ لَا يَشْكُرِ اللَّهِ. Whoever is not grateful to the people, he's not grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us and to the wisdom and also to give the state, those state legislation, those who are here, the service and the guidance that they deserve, and Allah give them a wisdom and a good judgment. And also we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to use the suspension and fear between us and allow us to work and to contribute positively to our society. Thank you. Ameen. Jazakallah khair.
Imam Ahmed Al-Bahadi, Pastor Faizan, and Abby Wolf for spending their time with us and for representing the Christian, Jewish, and our own communities to show solidarity in moving forward. A couple of housekeeping items we want to introduce now. There's a set of tables in the back, and we urge everyone to visit them before that they leave this day today. And in particular, if any of you are of the age to vote, we have voter registration forms here. And we would think it's a terrible shame if you're not registered to vote and you leave today not registered. There's plenty of forms. If you can stand up in the back where Sarah's waving her hand, we have pens, pencils, and forms to get you there. If anyone needs a program, we are about to be back on schedule. That's also in the front and at the AMAC table. For the schools, we brought a very good resource called a bullying prevention guide. And we would ask that the schools each take a couple of these to take home, and that parents please take these home as well and share them with your neighbors. And then finally, as the executive director of AMAC, I would be remiss if I didn't ask people to support our organization. We have forms there for that as well, and you can become a donor to AMAC. Now for the next section of the program, I have to introduce someone that, if you're in Middle Tennessee, she needs no introduction. And in fact, if you're from West Tennessee, she needs no introduction, but maybe in East, although alhamdulillah, she was in Knoxville a month ago. Sister Zulfat Sawa is one of the founders of AMAC, the immediate past chair of AMAC, and is basically the kingpin who runs the Muslim community in Tennessee. She is a very accomplished woman. She's a CPA. She works at Meharry College. She also was inducted into the Tennessee Women's Hall of Fame and received the National Award from the Director of the FBI for law enforcement relation work. So without further ado, before I embarrass her more, Sister Zulfa is going to introduce our elected officials who are going to address you next.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I want to thank all of you for being here today. It's an honor to have you here. I'm glad we're doing this. And I have the privilege of introducing two gentlemen that will be talking to you. One of them is my state representative. For those of you that were here in 2011 when the anti-Sharia bill was proposed, we mobilized, the Muslim Rapid Response Team mobilized a bunch of you across the state to come and lobby with us. And on that day, it was only Representative Shaw that came and spoke to the Muslim community. He's always been there anytime that we call him for any bills or for any support. When the Mufisborough Mosque was being challenged, and we had to get letters from pastors and ministers and people to support. He's also a reverend. He was one of the few reverends from West Tennessee that also signs the letter in support of the Mufisborough Masjid. He's always been a friend of our community. He's always been my friend. Anytime that I call, he's always here. So I'm going to have Representative Shaw come and talk to you. I also have the honor of introducing Senator Jeff Yarbrough. Senator Jeff Yarbrough has not been there as long as Representative Shaw, but he's done a lot of amazing things. For those of you that did not know, not too long ago, Senator Yarbrough was instrumental in getting a proclamation from the Senate to declare April 25th Muslim Day in Nashville, Tennessee. I didn't hear an applause because that's a major thing. If you have been following the legislation, if you've been seeing the things that are going on, if you've been seeing everything that goes on here in Middle Tennessee alone, to be able to get the same Senate that are making bills against us, to be able to have it signed and declare a Muslim Day, I think that's a big accomplishment. And so I'm so honored that Senator Yarbrough is here. He represents District 21, and Representative Shaw is with District 80 in West Tennessee. So it's my honor to introduce both gentlemen. Please, Representative Shaw and then Senator Jeff Yarbrough. Thank you.